Welcome to the session, and in this we will be analyzing Premier League football data to analyze the various aspects of the game and to know about the up and downs of a team in the Premier League. So in this series of videos, I will be sharing the path of the file which I will be using to show you the pictorials. Also, I will share various materials which I will use in the session. So let's import the data and let's understand what the data is. So I will be importing the Premier League data. Here I have a bunch of files from 2009 till 2019 data. It's in separate files. So I will be importing all these files along with the JSON file. Let me just show you one of the raw files. So this is how the raw data looks. We have date column. The most important thing about any Power BI report or any type of analysis, whether it's Excel or Power BI or Pandas, you need to understand the data, raw data, what it is and how you can move ahead. So in this we have date column. Date states that on which date the game was played. Next is the home team and the away team, opponent and the team. Then FTH is the full-time home goal, and FTAH is full-time away goal. Then FTR is full-time result. Then HTHG is full-time home team home goal, and so on. I will explain this briefly when we will be doing this. And when we'll be importing this file into Power BI, we will be also changing the names of this all. Instead of the abbreviations, we will be using the full forms of this. Okay. So this is the overall data. Let's go ahead and move ahead and upload this data. So if you all have ever imported data using folders, then it's nice. If not, then stick with me. If you have used VVA to combine a lot of data, because if you see here, and there are multiple files, so we need to combine this multiple files into one. Okay, so those who have used VVA to combine multiple files into where the all the data is same, the columns have the same name and the structure is also same of the files, then you must have used VVA or the other tool to combine all this file. So there's a very easy way and simple way to do the same in Power BI. So if you see my screen, I just clicked on get data, and then there is a option called folders. Folders options. That's called option called folders. So this function, a folder function, what it does, when you connect any location with this folder, whichever file you will drop in the this folder, or whichever folder you have mapped, it will take that file into it. Or even if you create a subfolder here within this location, then also it will take that in consideration. So let's copy this, and it's very simple. Click on select the folder and click on connect, and it will give you a similar window like we do in the Excel while importing any Excel file or CSV or text file. So you can see it has asked for me location. So in this, if you want, then just have ABC. ABC means just paste a link. You can also, okay, it's not giving me any option, not to worry. Okay, it's there, it's coming up late. So you can have just text, which text means you can apply the path which you have, a location of the file. And then also you can create a new parameter. About the parameter we will study in detail in the later classes. Parameter is just setting up a rule to import anything. Okay, so you can just click on browse and then navigate to your path, but we have copied our location, so just paste it here and click OK. This will show all the files which we have currently in that particular folder, that is Premier League folder. So currently it's analyzing that how much files is there, and currently establishing the link between the folder and the location and the Power BI. So it will take a few seconds to connect. It will similarly, it will open. Yes, you can see in this, you can just select transform and combine, and these all things. Let me just show you this. What is it states? You can see the file names are there. There are different files here. You can see data package, read MAD, scheme, JCS, JSON, and all the our season files. You can see from here all this, and the extension of this, which type of file they are, and the location also is there. So you can just transform. What I want combine and transform. It will combine all the files and then it will transform it for me. It will open the query editor. Those who are new to Power BI, let me just explain you. There are two parts in Power BI. Currently, you are seeing Power BI desktop, okay, where we can see our data, where we can build up the relationship, where we can create our visuals. And the second part is our Power Query, or you can say query editor, where we change the data, we manipulate it. If we want to add something, remove something, and then we all do those sort of things in the query editor. So currently it's loading. So another window will pop up, which will have the query editor open. It's just analyzing the data currently, and once it's done, it will open up the query editor. So regarding the folder option in get data, it's very useful if you are creating a macro to combine all the files. Then it might take 10-20 lines of code, but in case of Power BI, it will you just need to import simple file and it will import everything. You don't need to do anything, just connect the file, connect the folder, and it will import everything. Okay, so you can see it has imported our file here and it's currently we have Power Query editor open. Okay, so in this you can see this all are auto generated things, where Power BI has analyzed the location and various things to know that how, and it has taken various things to analyze the data and create a sample for us. In this we need to expand this and get our data. So I think there is something is not right here. I think we need to re-import this. Okay, Premier League. You can see only one file has been imported. So let's go and re-import the things. So initially I had imported the data from Power BI desktop, get data. You can do that same thing from here as well, Power Query Editor. Just need to go to the new source. Go to the new source and then more, and then it will open up a similar kind of window from where you can select Power Query. Sorry, you can select the folder option. Just type in your folder. I will show you. Let me just reconnect it. Okay. So okay, combine and transfer is giving me same options. Let's go with transform this time, not combine. And let's check what happens. Yes, you can see there's a second string has been added. The first one was this, and the second one, which we have here, that is Premier League 2. Okay, now it looks something good. So from this, what you can see, it has imported our entire folder. From this, you need to select the files which you want to combine. Okay, so first of all, what I will do, I will select the. Let's go one by one. First of all, we will select the your CSV files. Okay, so just go here, and in this, just uncheck the other files which you don't want and click OK. And then we have, let's go here. While doing this, be extra careful with this type of signs. You can see here, this is the combine option. You can see that there's a filter option here, there's a drop down option here, but when you see on the content part, there is a combine option. So keep an eye on this, and also keep an eye on this type of, there's a double header arrow you can see in attributes. So you can just click here. This all things tells you the different aspects you need to check. So I don't need these type of things. Let me check what is in this kind size directory. Okay, so these all are details about the file, so we don't need this. I can click cancel, and then we can go and click here. It's a combine option, so it will, when we click on this, it will combine all the data of all the CSV files. So while doing this, all these steps, you must have seen steps are added in this applied steps. Let me just go here. In this, whenever you import any CSV file, then this type of window will pop up. Okay, and if you have worked on CSV file or text file, then you must be aware about that CSV and Excel files are same, and and the data in that are separated through commas, colons, semicolons, space. Okay, so we need to have a delimiter to separate those mm, columns or the data. So here you can see delimiter, it's using comma. Okay, so it's absolutely fine. Just preview of our data is below, so we can, I think everything is fine here. So this is just based on first 200 rows. You can click and expand this on entire data set, and we don't need that. And this is just default one, and the first file sample it's showing us, so that is fine. You can select any of the files from this location, from this drop down, that which file sample you want to view. So it is fine, so I will just click OK. So I was about telling about applied steps. So applied steps is you can say it's recording each and every step, whichever step you are performing or the Power Query editor is performing, it's recorded here. You can just see that it has added so many rows here, so many steps here. So if I go to the source, then it will show us the first step which we did. After that, what I did, I filtered rows, so it will just show me that. So at any point of time, you can go back and check your steps, that where we did right, where we did wrong. So you can see here, Power Query has done several things on their own. So this is the simple applied steps are the steps performed by the Power BI. Sorry, applied steps are the steps captured by the Power Query editor when we work on the data. If, for example, if I filter anything and if I select just this one, then you can see a step will be added here. If I click OK, so you can see filtered row 1. This is what it does. And if I want to go back, it's kind of undo also. You can say if I don't want this step, or unknowingly I did this step, so you just need to click this cross button, cross sign, and it will go back to your previous version of the file. Okay, so this is very easy. So let me just remove the unwanted one which we had. So whichever file or whichever section you want to remove from here, but be careful while removing this part, because this all are Power Query generated auto steps, so we don't need to touch them. Let me just expand it, and I don't want this one, so I will delete this. And here also you can see there are two parts. So the first one was for the first file which we imported, and the second one is for this. So I can just remove this one because we don't need it. Delete group, and then I can rename this. So to rename any file, just need to double click here, and then you can rename it. You can also rename from this section also. Here also you can just rename it. There are multiple ways to rename a file. Okay, so it's Premier. Let's call it a data name. Okay, so that's more looks better. You can see it got changed here. There are multiple ways to change the file name. Okay, and this is our data is ready, full-fledged. And how I know that the data is ready? For that, you just need to go to the view section. You must be seeing these things, valid, in error, empty. So this is called column quality section. So I got this from here. It's automatically checked in my Power BI. You can also go and check this through view and column quality. Column quality, what it does, that it gives you three parameters. On three parameters, it checks the column. First thing, how many valid or good rows are there. It will show you percentage. How many error rows are there which are creating problem for Power Query, which will automatically get removed when we upload this data on the Power BI desktop. Okay, and how many empty rows or cells are there. So you can see that it's 100%. All this you can just check. All are showing me 100%. If there's a percentage in the error, then that row will not get uploaded in the Power BI desktop, as I said earlier. So all the things are good. So let's go. And before okay, we'll discuss that later. I was just about to say about the combined files, so we'll discuss this in a separate video in the coming classes. It's a bit long and lengthy. Just close and apply. So in this there are three parts: close and apply. If I click close, then it will just close this Power Query editor. Okay, and it will not apply all those steps which we did here. If I click on apply, then it will apply this entire data into the Power BI desktop, into this into Power BI desktop, and it will not close this Power Query editor. And if I want to close as well as apply the settings in the Power BI desktop, then I need to select close and apply. So I'll just click here, close and apply, and it will close it and it will apply it there. So let's pause our video for a minute by the time it loads the data in the Power BI desktop. So you can see currently the data is loading into the Power BI desktop. So hopefully it's successful. You can see there is no error. All the data is loaded successfully. If there is any error, then it will show me a move one line here that 2 rows or 3 rows or 4 rows are error out and didn't load into Power BI desktop. So here is our data, full-fledged data, which we just imported from the folder. All the columns are here, you can see. So let's keep this session till here, and in the next session we will see more things about the features and how we can move ahead in this project, you can say, or in this analysis. Hope everything is clear which I explained here. Thank you and take care.